And here we go. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be looking at the 24-25 Series 1 from Upper Deck. I just finished opening up a hobby box. I'm just going to give you kind of a rough breakdown of how everything looks in this series. Now, these are, of course, just my opinions, so you may or may not agree with them because some of the stuff I have negative opinions on for this series. So I hope you don't take it to heart. This is just what I think personally. You guys may feel differently. So these are what the packs look like. First of all, 12 cards per pack. That's the back of it. I've already ripped it all open, like I said. Start off with what the base cards look like. So a little bit of a different design there in the writing. You can see at the bottom for Connor Bedard there. Or Connor McDavid, sorry. Too many Connors in the NHL now. Oilers, that's the general design. It's a pretty clean look to it overall. Nothing amazing. That's the back, standard back look to it. Everything's fine there. So I'm going to start off with the negatives and work our way up to the positives. Okay, so my first negative is actually going to be about the base cards. Here's all the base cards. This is standard amount. Pulled a whole bunch of them. I'm keeping the camera on a pretty close focus here because I want you to see exactly what you're getting for your money. Now, this is just a few examples of the base cards. Look at the cuts on these base cards. They are horrendous. You can see all the white on the top there of the cards, the corners. Look at this one here for Troy Terry. It's just horrible. And a couple of years back, I think it was in 2020, Upper Deck had so many complaints about their base cards that they actually changed their production from being in the USA to being in Italy. Well, guess what? These are the cards from Italy, and it hasn't gotten better. It seems to be getting worse. It's almost like they don't care about the base cards anymore, are just focused on the hits. Look, one after the other, and you're spending like a lot of money on these cards, so it looks like you're only spending money to get hits and not to get any base cards anymore because they clearly don't care about it. Like the edging is horrible, the tops of them are horrible, the bottoms are not quite as bad, thank goodness, but still, if you're going to try and grade a base card, don't bother because a lot of these cards really suck, and you shouldn't have to pay as much money as Upper Deck charges you to get cards of this quality on a consistent basis. They're just horrible base cards. And I'm going to be honest with you, not all the base cards are like that, but I'd say about 40 to 50% of them are pretty darn bad. So after jacking up the price to do the Bedard series, because he's in it, they've lowered the price a little bit, and they've also lowered the quality a little bit, which sucks. Which brings me to the next negative, and this again will be just a negative in my opinion. It might not be for you guys, but they've also dumbed down the cards to doing video game type cards, which are nice looking in general, but really have no value of any kind or any nostalgia of any kind. You got the XP cards here. These are what they look like. They have a nice, decent look to them. There's Quinn Hughes. There's a Sveshnikov, which looks fantastic in green. It's even numbered on that particular one. Back of the cards here. And then they've also got another gaming card with the FOV. There's Kachuk. And I'm just going to show you the back of these ones, which are, again, not that meaningful in any way whatsoever. Anze Kopitar, FOV, and again, I'm sorry I'm keeping the cards so close to the camera for this one, but I just want you to be able to see what kind of quality you'll get out of these cards here. There's the gaming co-op cards, which basically compares players with their ranking and their values, which is, again, something you see a lot when you're playing something like EA Sports video games, and that's what they're gearing towards. But guess what else gears towards video games in this product for Upper Deck? MVP. MVP used to do the same thing with having the values of the players in the back, and that's why it's a low end product, because they don't really go out of their way to make quality products on MVP. They just try to start the year off introducing you to the players, and that's not something you want to see in the flagship product, which is Series 1, of course. So to me, that's a waste of money. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars just to get cards that are about video games, which really doesn't add a lot of value for me to these cards in general or any meaning to them. Here's the checkpoints. These are basically for people who are stronger hitters in the league, which is fine. We got Cizikas, who should be there. Slavkovsky, I'm not sure. I haven't watched him enough to see him check a lot, but apparently he's part of the checkers. And there's a speckled version of it with Toropchenko. Next up is the A-lines. This is a great thing to do, great A-lines. I like seeing combinations of players who do well, but the key is I like seeing it, and man, unless you focus really well, it's really hard to see these sometimes on certain angles. They all just kind of blend in, and they don't stand out very well at all. So you got to really get it in the right position to even be able to see the name. So that's a negative there. And they've done this before in the past with previous products, and you think they would learn from that, but they're still doing it. Update used to do that a few years back also. So not my favorite overall in that, even though the concept, the idea was really, really good, doing A-lines. I love that. Here's their usuals with the clear-cut see-throughs. Sam Bennett on that one there. Nothing to complain about there. That's pretty standard for them. One of their new inserts is the satellite, or city satellite. I'm just going to focus it a little bit better so you can see that whole card there. Kirill Kaprizov, great design. Nathan McKinnon also. I like the background overall in it, so it's a good design. Not like unbelievable, but it is definitely a nice new insert to have with the city satellites. No complaints there. Aimbots are next. This is also a decent one. New, you got the partial black and white, partial colored cards there, which kind of give it a pretty cool look to it overall. Jason Robertson and Tage Thompson. So here's the back of the card. Nothing mind-blowing in the back there that's going to be super important to you. Just a little bit of information about previous games. One job they did do well was breaking news. And this used to be just like milestones, but you can see at the bottom it says first player to reach 100 points. And on the next one there, we have Clutterbuck with 1,000 game. But the design is just fantastic. It looks very, very cool. No problem with this at all. They kind of knocked it out of the park with this one for sure. So breaking news are kind of cool inserts there, worth collecting. UD portraits. You've seen these before with the picture of the player, sometimes two pictures of the same player. This is actually, I'm going to say it's an improvement. It's not a huge improvement over the previous ones, but the design is kind of cool on it. Let me know what you think about this one, because I'm still kind of torn on it. There's JT Miller also on the UD portraits. Nice looking cards, not unbelievable. They may grow on me after I get used to them, but it's decent. Let me know what you think about that one. Same with this one here, the Dazzler. They've changed the design of Dazzlers for sure. They've got the wording on the left side now, and kind of in the squiggly writing, and it's kind of like in between. It's good, but it's not amazing. I might have to get used to this one also. So I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this new design for Dazzlers. Dazzlers is normally one of their best looking cards, which is why they've been keeping it around year after year. But this one is definitely different. So again, I might have to see these a few more times and in some of the other colors just to have a solid opinion of that, but it's not bad. That brings me to one of probably my favorite ones, is the reimaged Young Guns, and these are fantastic. They're just basically older Young Guns. Here's Jonathan Toews, just for example, with the background paintings of them to show that they're from previous years. There's the back of the card, and these are actually probably the cards I was the most excited to pull from Series 1. They look really, really nice and colorful, but at the same time, they're like a look back to nostalgic moments in the cards. Jonathan Huberdeau with a really fantastic one there, and the great Carey Price with one of the really nice ones with the big logo in the background. I always like having the big logos in the background to accentuate the player. There's the back of that one too. So these are cards I would definitely give an A+ to. They're fantastic, and they've got a lot of good names in it. And I've always loved canvas cards. I didn't think they could get much better, but they've actually, in my opinion at least, I think they've improved the canvas cards this year. The yellow added to it makes it really have a nice standout look to it. And the pictures are still fantastic like they always are. Overheads are always eye-appealing. There's one of Ryan Reaves. And then you got the normal ones that you see almost every year with somebody knocking the pucks off onto the ice. Just a really, really good job with canvas. And this is probably my favorite insert to pull on a consistent basis. And they haven't let us down this year either. This is really, really nice. The final thing I'll show you is the Young Guns. I did not hit any major Young Guns of any kind, no A-listers at all, which was really disappointing because I got 7 Young Guns altogether. Braden Nadeau, who was good in the U.S., I believe he was, but hasn't established anything yet in Canada. Villalta, not that great. Graham Clark has been good in the AHL. He's been a big goal scorer there. I think he's hit 50 goals, to be honest with you, but has not translated into an NHL job yet. Scott Morrow, another good one, but not a great one. Brendan Bissant, still up in the air about him, not to know what to expect from him. This might be the best young gun I got was Liam Ogren, who seems to have a lot of potential, and once he's called up, he should pretty well blend in with the rest of the Minnesota players. He's kind of fits their style, so keep an eye out for him. He's quite good. And then there's Zach Dean, who's I would say like a B+ to a B rating, and this is on the Outburst Young Gun that I pulled. None of like the big names got pulled from the Young Guns, so maybe on another one. Here's my opinion overall. I'm gonna give Series 1 a grading of a 6 out of 10. There's a lot of disappointments in here that I don't think we should be spending our money on for this product, like the bad cuts and the kiddie designs. If it's for kids, it's great, it's fabulous, or guys who are really into video games, but overall, it's just not a great product for the amount of money you're spending. They don't seem to put the care into it. You can even see the cuts on these ones are not that great either. So just in general, not the best. If you're looking for these young guns that you really want to hit in here, like Lane Hudson or Stankoven, I might even suggest something I don't usually suggest, and that is just to buy them individually, like maybe off of eBay, and save yourself the money of spending on a hobby box. I mean, look, this is, you're getting a young gun and you're getting crap quality for that. Just not worth it. So overall, fun rip. Actually, not. I don't even want to say a fun rip. It was just an okay rip for me. I think I've had more fun ripping all of the previous years, Series 1, 2, and 3, than I did with this one here. If you want to spend your money on, nothing wrong with that at all, because there's some decent hits in there. But for this one, this is going to be one of the few products from Series 1, 2, or Extended. I'm going to say save your money, buy individual packs if you want, or just buy individual cards. It might be better off that way. Let me know what you think in the comments, because like I said, people might feel a lot differently than how I felt about this, but I'm happy to hear your comments of what you like and what you didn't like. And thanks for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Catch you later. Bye.